All right, friends, welcome back to the podcast. We are so glad to have you here.
Yes.
Jenn and Levi Lusko.
We are here.
And you are here.
And you are here. So we're here together, and it's going to be great.
We invite you into our midst as a Luskateer, as we call you if you listen to this podcast. Whether you like it or not, that's what we call you. You may not appreciate that, but we just want it to be like an extended invitation into our rank.
But we have found
ranks.
The people who we run into around the world are excited to say, hey, I'm a Luskateer.
It's a great joy when people bump into us anywhere and to say, hey, I'm a Luskateer. And it's just, or now we get letters. It's just, you're the best. So
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for
hanging with us.
The words, the kindness, the notes. Thank you for the reviews, the ratings, all the things. If you haven't, we always forget to say that. You're supposed to say that, like, hey, leave a review.
Yeah.
But it does help because every time a podcast gets a review, an angel gets its wings.
Exactly.
That's what we like to say. In case you're wondering, it's 42 degrees in our podcast studio. As we're recording this, there's no heat. The heat is out. There's one tiny space heater. What is this, a 20,000 square foot building? One space heater. It's that, pray to God, there's two space heaters running?
Two space heaters. We didn't get any here.
I brought a propane heater yesterday to our recording, and it was just like bringing warmth to my knees.
Oh, that's why that was there. That makes sense.
I'm wearing long underwear. You have 18 layers on.
No, I don't have enough.
Not enough. I can't feel
my toes
my
are
fingers
frozen.
or my toes. But that's okay. It's just there's a brand new heater coming in.
Yeah.
At the end of well, actually, as people are listening to this, the heat's in.
Oh.
We're just recording this
before
so
so we're looking ahead to future warmth.
We're looking ahead to future warmth, but it's not here yet.
It's not here yet.
No, I wish these lights were warm. They're not. The old school Hollywood lights were warm. These lights are a cool, non-heat generative light. In fact, I'm surprised they're even working.
I know.
I can't believe any of this equipment's functioning. Although, doesn't computers like it cold? They don't like it this cold?
Not this cold.
Because you always think about like when you go in server rooms and it's like so hot, there's always fans going. We've reached a point where even the computers are like, nah, bro. Not to this.
Not here for it.
Struggling. Well, that's okay.
But hey, it's part of the job.
This is what we signed up for.
Right.
That's right. Today we have Brian and Jenn Johnson on the podcast. You might know of them from Bethel Music.
You might know them as Brian and Jenn Johnson.
Or as Bethel Music. They are amazing.
They're are.
Worship leaders, songwriters. They're a hoot.
And they're just so fun. This conversation is a fun conversation. They are just bright and funny and vibrant.
Pistol. Jen's a pistol.
And they're always learning and growing and figuring out the most efficient ways to live life and be their best. And it's just inspiring.
Yeah, that's right. Want to mention, we are just a few weeks away from the release of my new book, Blessed Are the Spiraling. We've talked about it a lot. This is not the real book. This is an ARC. In the industry, we call an ARC an advanced reader's copy. These get sent out to, news syndications, journalists, bloggers, all the things. So this is a fake book.
Beautiful. Even the fake book is so beautiful.
It is pretty. The new book, the real book, is out April 1st.
You guys.
If you haven't pre-ordered your copy, you can. What's fun about that is if you buy it, people always ask us, how can I help? Well, you could buy a book, of course, but if you vary where you buy it from, maybe you buy Barnes & Nobles. But if you go to my website, there's a list of all the different places you can buy it from. What is it? blessedarethespiralingbook.com or blessedarethespiraling.com? blessedarethespiraling.com. It'll tell you everywhere you can buy it. If you vary where you buy one from, and if you want to help in that way, it mixes it up, helps the computer know, hey, it's getting bought at different places. That's good.
Wow.
Let's stock more of them in these different places. Blah, 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 blah. But I'm excited. It comes out April 1st, and it's going to be fun. And that's it. Other than that, enjoy this conversation with Brian and Jenn Johnson. Brian and Jenn Johnson, thanks for coming on the podcast. Look at you.
Great to be on your podcast.
We love you so much.
So the last time we had Jenn on was right before Thanksgiving back in 2021. But Brian,
oh wow,
we did. You were too busy prepping the turkey or killing something in the woods. You couldn't be bothered.
Yep,
Sounds right.
About right.
It's
very rare. This is probably the second, maybe the first
Brian
podcast
doesn't say
I've ever
much.
done.
That's
you've
amazing.
ever done?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, maybe like two.
We feel so honored.
Man, how did you get through your publicist to make us your debut? What a train
We
wreck.
really love you.
Yeah, I guess so. Jen dragged you down. She talked you into it.
No, she didn't. I'm good. I was happy.
No,
to do this.
Brian doesn't do anything he doesn't want to do. So he
there
was
you
happy.
Oh,
Do you know
Well,
what's so funny about this summer? Okay, so Reading is terrible in the summer. And so we try to be here hardly ever.
Yeah.
Only for our worship school. But we had last summer, we literally were like, where do we want to go? Who do we want to hang out with? And we almost just came, and we tried, right? We tried to just
almost
come
came to
crash
church.
your
Texted
world.
me. I was so honored and so happy. I think we were like coming and going in and out of the country right around that time. Maybe it was going to not be here when you were going to come.
Yeah.
Your anniversary
our
trip.
anniversary trip.
We were in Italy. That's what it was.
That's a good excuse to not hang out with us.
Well,
But
We
this
were
summer,
going to
we'll
come
do it.
too. We were ready to come. But
I was so happy. We would be so happy to have you come anytime ever. But
Yes.
summer
is magical.
It's when you want to be in Montana, unless you're a skier, in which case right now is great
We're not.
too.
You know, my dad and my brother and brother-in-law, we've been coming since 2003 every year for hunting season, but it's snow. But we see pictures of what it's like in the spring. So I've never been in the spring or summer.
Spring. Okay, I'm going to just say a hot take on Montana.
You don't really have a spring.
Okay, hot take.
Spring. Not only do we not kind of have it, like it can be warm, it can be snowy, but it also can just be muddy, and just kind of.
So summer's the time.
Yeah, because spring. I think it's the worst season because fall.
Magical,
just beautiful.
Yeah.
And then tourists are gone, so you kind of get the national parks to yourself again. Summer is like Narnia, just amazing and happy. Winter is snowy and gorgeous, but spring can everything's still kind of dead. There's not life. You're just like, get out of here, winter. But come summer, it's just hard.
Right.
That's true. It is rough.
Well, we'll come see you. We June, July, August. You tell us what's best.
Where do you
we'll
normally hunt?
Well,
Here.
we hunt Lewistown, but we if we came, we'd come wherever y'all say to go.
Yeah.
Of course. So you can go on our cold plunge and we can.
I'm not taking Jen to
adventures.
Lewistown.
I'm a resort
She'll
queen.
never want to go again.
She
So
needs room service.
I'll be staying at somewhere.
She needs to have her soul pampered. I get it. We understand. We got the rider.
Go through a lot of she-hanty.
The montage or some place like
When I
that.
go on vacation, I vacation.
Someplace bougie.
That's
Hey, your hair's
good.
looking good, Jen. Is that new curl?
I know, it's pretty.
Thank you. I got a new curling iron and I tried it out for the first time today and I love it.
Wow, so many firsts
like
today.
Big day.
It's like only for the Luskos.
What is the kind of curling iron you have?
Ooh.
It's like a crimper. It's like does like you kind of like do like this down it, and it gives you this crazy. I'm here for it.
That's
It's
good.
So you're gonna
Lovely.
see you're gonna see a lot more of the lion
I love
vibe.
it.
I
Love
like that.
it.
No,
I love it.
That's good. We have a lot of things to talk about. I'm literally with Brian. It's a complete open book because he's never come on a podcast before. But I
Get
do
ready.
want to talk about your new record, We Must Respond,
Mm,
which has been
On repeat.
nonstop in our house, in our hearts.
yeah.
I love that it's a live record.
Yeah.
I love all the features. I love so much about this music you guys have put out for the world. So congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been
That's
special.
awesome. Yeah.
I mean, you guys have been writing songs that have been sung in our church, in our home, in our lives for so many years.
Mhm.
And so I know now that we have you on for the first time, I do just want to say thank you. I mean, I've told
Yes.
Jen that already, but thank you. Thank you for so many songs that have been anthems and moved the atmosphere of our churches and our lives.
Yeah.
And I mean, songs we've sung and turned to in hard moments. And you guys have just been for so long giving spiritual soundtracks for our lives and, our churches and
That's cool.
really, truly.
Yeah.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
Thank you. It's been
Appreciate
a
you.
great ride.
Yeah.
25 years for us this year.
Yeah.
About to
In
celebrate
a month.
the 2-5
2-5
That's a big deal of leading worship.
of
25
marriage.
years married.
Oh, okay. How long have you been leading worship?
And
And
25 years.
25 years.
They turned all things worship at Bethel over to us about 3 months after we were married.
Okay, so literally
it's
25 years of both of those things.
Dang.
Been in the same church too.
Yeah.
See, and that's where it's all about. It's all about
That's
that
even more than-
long obedience.
That's like 28 years or 30 years almost.
Because I mean, so many people, it's like every couple of years a new place or whatever. And if God's calling you to that, great. But I think it also can stop some of the things that God wants to do when you stay put, right?
Totally. Yeah. It's definitely I think a pillar in our life is that we've always our whole life been planted in local church.
A value, for that, right?
100%.
Okay, so before
and you both,
please.
and you both grew up in church too, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In the same church.
In the same church. No.
So we lived about 4 hours away from each other growing up. He lived in a little mountain town, and then I lived over on the coast of California. And so his dad would come over and like speak at my church and our summer camps. And I had a crush on him when I was 12. We were talking about it last night.
Oh my gosh.
He didn't really know that I existed, but like I have very like 12-year-old, like watching him play football with his shirt off with his brother in the field moments.
Oh my gosh. That's
his
amazing.
Sister and I became friends, and then I moved to Redding. We both moved to Redding. And then the rest was history.
Wow.
Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh.
So how long did you date before things
10
got
days.
serious? 10 days? That's not true. Is it
we
true?
were engaged in 10 days.
Stop.
Yep.
It's
We knew we
true.
were getting married day 2.
Yep.
Got engaged 10th day.
Dang.
And
Isn't that crazy?
You're one of those rare stories that worked for. So like usually it's like it doesn't always work that way.
And we were so young, you kind of grow up together. So it definitely, when you grow up together, it's easier, I think, because you don't have to relearn bad habits.
That's true.
Because you've grown up knowing each other.
Super young.
You knew each other's families. Like
What
I was
age were you when you
17.
got married?
17 when we got engaged, and then the week after I turned 18, we got married.
Wild. Wild.
I know.
And how old were you, Brian?
Just turned 22.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was 4 years
the
older.
clock out on that one. 18.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean?
But it's worked out, It's been good.
Well, and you work together, and you
Lead together. Travel together.
And it's just, I feel like when I think of you two, I just think of joy, like the banner joy over you guys and your ministry and your marriage, because I feel like you're leading a generation to know what it looks like to love each other, to lead with each other, to lead worship together. Like it's honestly so inspiring, and it's beautiful to see.
Well, same back at you.
Yeah,
right? Same to you guys.
We feel the same way.
Yeah.
You guys
Thank you,
are
though.
some of our heroes.
Yeah. Thank you, though.
Yeah, it's just neat to see a couple because, similarly, we work together every day or always have them together. So, and it's just nice to see that where there's not a lot of examples where you kind of see that. And it's not bad or better
Right.
when one stays home more and the other goes. But it's just like you guys are kind of, every time we've been around each other, seeing each other, like you guys are just doing it together. And it's a real neat, it's an Aquila and Priscilla partnership that's so beautiful to have another couple that's like, okay, we're not crazy. This can work too. God calls other people to this as well.
Yeah.
Our one of the personality tests we did one time said that if his mix and my mix get married, it said they will either kill each other or become a power couple. So depends on the day.
Depends on the day.
And we've had the seasons of killing each other
Sure
for
have.
sure. But thank God we're in a
Thank God for
wonderful
counseling.
season and best season of our lives.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like there's so much joy in life, but also hard work. Just the simple, like showing up, working at it.
Yes.
And thanks for being honest about that. Like, I love that Ruth Graham was asked, did she ever think about divorcing Billy? And she said, divorce? No way. Murder? Yes. So that kind of refreshing honesty is like,
isn't allowed, but
That's amazing.
I would never leave him, but I might kill him.
I've never heard that. That's
Isn't that
unbelievable.
great?
It's a great quote.
That's-
I mean,
Yeah, we're very thankful.
she's threatened to break my phone about.
Yeah. I've thrown it out of a car one time.
More times than we can count, right?
Hey,
Yeah.
that's real.
Hey, last time we were together in Franklin, you were telling us about some part of that counseling journey that really helped your marriage. And you guys were really I remember we stayed up late in that one hotel in downtown Franklin. You were just telling us do you mind talking about that? I thought that was just an intriguing season.
Yeah, we started before we got married doing marriage counseling. And then we've just continued it. Like anytime we hit a wall or we're not doing good, we'll reach out to our counselor or one of our pastors or our parents or just even our best friends at times have really helped us going through different things. But I think that's been a really key ingredient in the success of our marriage is that like we've literally worked through everything. And so let's look different every time. We've tried we try a bunch of personality things and knowing each other, but also just some like deep work with, I think that what you're referencing is connection codes.
That's what it was. Yeah,
we had just done that, which is like a marriage tool, and that was really great.
Yeah.
They're actually based in Nashville, and that was helpful. So we're always kind of pursuing, kind of like we do in our life and in our physical health. We're always on that journey, kind of like you guys with like the cold plunge and all the things. Like we want to be really healthy emotionally.
Yeah.
Got the new infrared sauna.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got a food prepper, trainer, the whole thing, just going for it.
In it for the long haul.
Yeah.
Healthy and strong, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And I think that's.
Speaking of that, you gave Jen a green devotional leatherback, and it says from Jennie Lusko to Jen. You came to something she did.
One of my other retreats.
So we
Was
get
it
up
the
in the
daily
mornings.
light?
We get up in the mornings and read together. We have a fireplace, get a fire going, coffee, read together. And I have been reading every day we do it. I've been reading that one every morning.
Yep.
The devotional.
Oh,
He opened it up today and he's like,
that's what for like a year.
I'm Jennie Lusko.
It's really sweet. That I'm so glad that you mentioned that.
Yeah.
That was life changing for us. That the daily light. It's Anne Graham Lotz who put that together. So Billy's daughter, right? Yeah, Billy Graham's daughter.
Yeah.
It's only Bible, but it's arranged in such a neat way that's like it doesn't feel as much like verses because it's just pulled phrases from verses and pulled verses together. But it was given to us by some dear friends right after Lynn went to heaven. And for a while, that was like one of the only things we could read. Like opening the whole Bible was intimidating, but getting a spoon-fed a little morsel of truth like in that fashion was game changer. So we give it, we've given it to hundreds of people, but I'm so happy to hear that's been blessing you.
That's awesome. Well, thank you.
Okay, so infrared. I got to ask, why that over traditional?
I don't know.
Okay.
The internet says so, but then again, like I don't. Who do we believe, right? So I'm going with it.
The Finnish people.
I'm going with it.
Yeah. No, I don't have any
infrared.
problem with infrared. Every time I've been in it, I've had a great sweat. I just like being able to pour water over the rocks.
Yeah, we'll find out in 20 years. Be like a 1-800 number that says if you did the infrared, call this number and you get like reimbursed for
smart people swear by it.
Yeah.
Tebow swears by infrared. All the data says it's going to give you the same heat effects. I think
you like the tradition.
But
the
I
smell.
get it. The hot. I crank it.
You get
super
it cranked.
hot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Does it burn your nose?
It's hot, man. I'm ready to like.
He puts on the Bible app and just
I
sits
do
in
the
there for
Bible
20
app and
minutes.
sit there for 20, 30 minutes, and I'm just when I'm done, I'm just
You're red like a lobster.
Yeah, I'm
you
red
into
naturally, anyways.
Are you into it, Jen? Do you like that?
Ready.
She hasn't done it yet.
Nah, I don't like sweating, so I save that for my workout, and then that's enough.
It's your workout window. Sweat only belongs in your workout window.
Yeah. I'm a physical therapy, massage, spa girly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, that's
Absolutely.
true. Physical therapy is essential.
Yeah, like if I'm in a spa, then I'll do the steam room and the sauna. But not
What
in the
about
ring.
cold?
Nah.
That's not happening. Just a quick hard pass.
He was doing it for a while, and he loved it before he did the sauna.
Yeah, occasionally I did. I don't do it all the time, but
Like cold shower, or like did you have the tub?
no, the ice bath.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like you.
Yeah,
Like
but
in your.
Good
You
for
weren't
the
into it?
inflammation.
No, I am. It's just.
We're on one right now, though, you guys. We're
I
like
do it,
we're
just
like
not
on
every day.
another level with our diet and exercise.
So
we
this
feel so
podcast is
good.
about
Joy.
working out.
This podcast is about whatever it is that
healthy,
interests us at the
exercise.
moment.
I love it.
Read your
I love
Bible. Say
Love
law.
Okay, so tell us a little bit because I remember. Well, you invited me and a bunch of other women to your house, and I remember the health consciousness and the vibrancy of like what you chose to serve, even, but also like. And I also have your book, All Things Lovely, that
which we
kind of
talked
goes
about on the
into.
last
We
episode,
talked about
and
that last time.
She's given that to a lot of people.
Yeah,
Jen.
but I think so I know that you guys have been on this journey of just eating well and healthy, and how has that changed for you guys? Like, what does that look like now?
I think growing up, my mom was in the medical community, and then later in life, for his mom, she really got into the holistic health, and so I think
because of what she was going through,
right,
and I think for us, like, we are a great melting pot of just, I think, a passion and pursuit of health on all fronts holistically, and so we've kind of always just had the similar rhythms in our life, but this past even year, I mean, you've been working out really committed for like how many years now?
2.
And it's like changed his life, like his emotional status even has changed completely with just having the 5 or 6 days a week rhythm. And obviously, like with eating healthy and working out, you feel your best mentally as well. So just seeing the fruits of that, and
except for 2 months during the holidays.
Oh,
the
gosh,
holidays,
yes.
the holidays we
That's
party.
It's
So we're
Down of ice cream,
Everyone's
pizza.
mailing each other fudge and stuff.
I know.
It's so
Right.
tough.
It's
You
tough.
have to
and
eat it.
We're not crazy. Like we eat the things during the times, but
Well, Jen's way better than I am.
it's true. But only in some things.
Dude, I could.
It's true.
It's hard.
Self-
You're like, I don't know. It's Jesus'
self-control is a
birthday.
journey.
We're gonna go
Probably
for
like
it.
2 pizzas.
Self-control's a journey.
It is.
We're on it. We're committed, but we like how we feel.
Is there a specific? I mean, I don't know if there's a name for the diet you're on, or is it just kind of like, here's some principles or guidelines? I'm always interested to hear what's working for someone else.
Yeah.
She's on the nothing, can't eat anything diet because of her gut. Whatever.
I did my food sensitivities test, and they test you for 88 things, and I was allergic to like 50 something of the things.
Everything but
So-
popcorn.
Oh my God.
I'm
I
actually
still
allergic to corn, which
I still don't believe it.
Anywho, yeah, it's a thing. I'm just trying to clean my body out of anything that's annoyed by, to just have my stomach feel as good as possible.
Yeah.
But also in January after Passion, started a good solid fast of no carbs, no sugar, no alcohol. So, but mainly we just try to eat organic most of the time, and a diet that's mostly like good protein, fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
As my raspberry lunch.
Amazing.
Love it.
I mean, it's incredible how just cutting out sugar and carbs, even just
Honestly,
that alone,
even just that,
is going to make such a difference.
Such a difference.
Yeah. So, but we're huge foodies. So we love dairy and pasta. And so we're not going to like not have that. And we love a great glass of wine with a meal. But for a period, we're doing nothing. And then kind of, we'll incorporate slowly. But
yeah.
Now, Brian, you were telling me at
really
one point you were having a ton of voice problems too. Is that still your, how's that going with your voice and throat?
That's all right. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's off and on. Yeah. Better than it was for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You said was it partially acid reflux? Is that what it was? There was something.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I don't know. I think so. But then again, like, I don't know. It feels better now, so I must be doing something right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's so scary as a singer, though. Did you go see ENTs?
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, I've had all the things. All the, they do they do the thing in your throat, and if you can not gag and they can see, then you're good. But otherwise, they got to go up into your sinuses with a camera. That's the worst. So.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I remember Phil Wickham had to have like surgery on his vocal cords. Like, that's so scary. He had to be quiet for like 2 months or whatever.
Dang.
Yeah. If they get blisters on the folds, then you got to let them heal. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Wild. Blisters on the folds could be the name of a band.
Oh,
also.
the things we go through as singers.
Sounds like a metal band.
And I will say this, like, we're the only people that sing in the first thing in the morning.
Idiots.
No one else sings in the morning, so your voice can warm up during the day, and so us church kids.
That's a different thing, being in church, than singing anywhere else in the world too, isn't it?
Yeah. Getting up and singing first thing. I mean, it's a whole. That's a
For the
Other than
for the 8
morning-
a.m. service at some churches too, it's like that's savage.
That's
Sound
us.
check at 6.
Yeah,
Our-
8 a.m.
our dumb church.
Yeah. 8 a.m.
You're like, get on
We're
that.
there like 25 years. They're at like 6:45, singing at 7.
Gotta do the run.
What do you guys do for warm-ups? Like, do you have like a ritual rhythm?
Coffee.
Coffee? Just
That's
drink a
like
cup
the
of coffee and then you're ready.
We do drink coffee, which you shouldn't, but I have actually, funny enough, I found this random British, sweet, precious, kind of awkward girl. It's like a 10-minute vocal warm-up video, and she has like a million views. I'm probably 99% of those views.
Yeah, for like 20 years.
Because I've done the same.
The
My
same
whole team
girl.
knows it.
Oh.
Our kids
Same
know
girl.
it. They can repeat it. I
Know
don't
all the
really have to
words.
use it anymore. Yeah.
I love
So you're
that.
welcome. You're welcome, Queen, for your views.
Have you ever met her?
No, but I should one day
She
just
would
message her and
love
be
it.
like, on your views.
You should post a link on your story and
I should.
like if you
I
send
absolutely should.
if you send it to Jenny or I, we'll put it in the show notes for this episode.
100%. Remind me after and I'll send it.
That's
to you.
really fun.
Yeah.
It's funny how you get ritualistic with stuff like that, and just like it's part of my pregame, it's part of my prep.
Yeah, Levi has a certain one that he uses, and we'll be in the car, and all the kids will
all
be
know
doing
it.
it together.
Oh,
And
really?
it's
Before you
so
speak.
great.
Well,
Yeah.
just like I started having a lot of like I'm just clearing my throat all the time, and same thing. I mean, just doing early services, and then if I'm singing in worship, and then I'm talking right afterwards to people. You go 6 hours of just
Yeah,
constant
sometimes
use.
talking's worse.
Talking
you know?
would be worse. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
real.
If I could be concise, it'd be great. 30-minute message like Andy Stanley or something, but I got to preach these stupid 50-minute long messages every time. I'm my own worst enemy,
Very Bethel of you.
That's right. That's very Bethel of you. That should be a t-shirt. That's very
have
Bethel of you.
The dumbest things. Like we have we do it and it is what it is. But like our services are, and we're just singing for so long. Like our night service is like kind of like a go for it.
Worship night.
Yeah. And so it'll be like with a sound check and then like a 2, sometimes 3. And you're like, we've been singing for 4 hours. This is,
Oh my God.
Yeah, you guys can sit in one bridge for 25 minutes.
yes, we sure
Not
can.
when I'm leading.
Yeah. I'm saying, hopefully not when we're leading.
Brian's like, nope, back to the chorus.
We
We're out of here.
have.
We're going to ring out. We're
left
done.
God left 10 minutes ago. Let's move on.
That's God has left
I
you.
love that.
It's advanced. I'll take that any day though. The wild versus the 20 minute.
100%.
Sure.
Totally.
Oh, pre-programmed. This is exactly what is.
Oh, but I do love a good song.
Yeah, a strong song with a little bit of freedom. That's our recipe.
Then a bad song that goes on forever.
Yeah.
Been there. Been in those.
Wow. Yeah. So tell us about the We Must Respond. I'm curious. I'm so glad you guys decided to do it live. I feel like
Oh my gosh.
there's so much. I know you go back and forth sometimes in studio, and there's probably pros and cons to both. But talk about this records project a little bit.
I mean, We Live is like what we started, I think if it's worship, like live is just the way to go. You capture the moment. People can engage. Like, I don't know. It was a long time coming. We had a few years where we didn't do that. And then we just got all the players in, and that was the first album in 3 years where I was like personally like 100% invested and focused on working with all the writers. And we kind of just put our all hands on deck and just went for it.
Yeah, we did.
It was a 3-year
process.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to get at. This you could tell, like
You can feel it.
there's this records, and there's like, here's a step forward. Here's a step of evolution.
Totally.
And I don't know if evolution's the right word, but this is another phase or another significant installation or deposit of what God's doing in your journey. And I feel like this record to me feels like that. Like it felt more cataclysmic than just here's another release, which is fine in and of itself. Yeah. So it comes through.
It does.
There's 17 new songs on the album, and just that in itself takes, a really long time. But something that we really pushed for this time, maybe more than others, I would say, is that the songs would really be great and not just good. And a lot of times we have so many songwriters and worship leaders, we want to give them freedom, and we have, and that's been good, but we actually really kind of pushed for excellence to match the spirit for a lot of these songs. So I feel really proud of these songs as well, of our team. And then there's just so many moments, you hear Hannah McClure sing, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Which just stop about that moment, and stop about the song. Every time we do that song at church, I always if I come up out of it to teach, I always stop and just be like, do you realize how gangster this is? How just utterly preposterously the spirit of Coolio is upon me. It just feels so I'm not scared.
It's giving 90s rap,
You're not scared.
but in a worship song.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
it's when you know her testimony of that,
she that's the thing.
She had a miscarriage and had to have a blood transfusion and almost died.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Gosh.
Yeah.
She wrote it out of this thing.
So you feel the power of that testimony, and it resounds in you and echoes back of what the Lord's done in your life. And it almost just is this prophetic statement that you sing and also have sang on what he's brought you through. So there's just some profound moments that people will hear the songs and experience God in a way that maybe they don't even realize they are, but it comes from the power of that encounter and the power of the song coming from that place where it's not just in the word, which would be powerful enough, but it's the power of the testimony and the word together that you feel something different. So
it's that deep calls into deep. That's funny because I've always felt a weightiness and a preciousness to that song. And so here, but without even knowing that, it's and I should have known. It's like when you hear Cornerstone, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, of course, and it's
totally.
okay, of course this was forged in the fires of Mordor. You know what I mean?
Literally.
It's duh.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's just so many special
I love
songs.
the Jesus Take It All spontaneous.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of that. Everyone brought their kind of felt like their song, and then they didn't just stop there. They really worked. So we pushed hard to get them rewritten and just.
Was everybody there that night? Was it all in one night?
Yes.
Oh,
That's
wow.
why my hair looks great at the beginning and terrible at the end.
It was a whole thing. But it is amazing. We had a vocal coach backstage for sound check, and before we'd go up, we'd work with them. Mm-hmm. So everyone would go up ready to go, and it really made a big difference. So that a lot of those vocals were just original vocals. So that was a big plus.
That's really unusual because normally you're just tracking the drums in the room, really, right? In a live project.
We had some of them. We've always kept the vocals. Sometimes we edit the vocals a bit, but
we try to keep most as we can.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it was
some of them
special,
had to get redone, but.
Just special, even just standing side stage during it, the whole time. It was just really moving. Mm-hmm. And, I was fighting tears knowing that I had to go on to sing the next song and, couldn't completely fall apart. But, and it's special, I feel like he said, some of the songs were the people's songs. I feel like the song on this record called The Church is the song that I was
amazing,
maybe on the planet to write other than goodness. I don't know. It just felt like. And we wrote it with Upper Room Church, some of their team, and then also Passion from some their team as well. And so it was written kind of by some pillars of the church. And so to write that together, we wrote that song in an hour or two, the whole song in a room together. We did a writing retreat at the very end of it. We were like, what if we just spent the last 2 hours just in the same room and tried to write one together? And it was you could feel that it was holy, honestly. And it just really just flowed. And so just to have the celebration of the global church, Jesus being the head and kind of that call to action, I just really feel like it's one of the most important songs maybe I'll ever write in my life.
No, I agree. I feel like that one, it is a song for this day, and our church needs it, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And if you feel it for sure.
Yeah. It was cool because Jenny Allen's doing, her Gather 2025. And a long time ago when she asked me to be a part of it, in whatever way, I was like, well, I do have a song. I was like, it's not out yet, but I do have a song that I feel like is pretty fitting. So we're doing it as part of the event. But yeah, that's a special one to me because I'm such a gatherer. I'm such a, we definitely have such a high value for what God's doing around the world. And so to write that just felt like a special one. But yeah, and then having Brooke Lidgertwood.
Oh yeah, Brooke and Aiden's song is great. Abby Gamboa, she's amazing on it. You have Josh Baldwin there.
Yeah, what a guy.
I mean,
so it was a really great time and a fun time doing it. Definitely a labor of love, a lot of work, but
so I'm trying to get a sense in my head of, like you said, the vocal coach is there, so they have like kind of charted out what exactly your song. So you're just running through, making sure you got it right, the key, all the stuff, and then jumping out. That's such an interesting idea.
Yeah, it's all laid out, scheduled, so he knows who's up next, and so he'll work. So I remember running upstairs to be with him an hour before, and then like 15, 20 minutes before, and then he does all these things, and so by the time you get out, you're not warming up for your song, you're already warm. So it's really cool. It's a good way to do it.
That's brilliant.
Is that common?
I think maybe, I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people take vocal coaches with them on tours, and then, or they'll Zoom call them or whatever, but I don't know. But we'll probably do that every time we do a live recording now, because being able to have mostly live vocals is just pretty awesome.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's like you watch professional tennis or whatever, and you got these trainers who are doing really unique, specific movements with them on the side of the court. So it's kind of like that. You're just exactly what you need to have warmed up for that moment.
Yeah.
It was great. And it's funny because, this album, we get asked about it all the time. It's called We Must Respond, but that is not a song title or even a lyric anywhere in the album, which is very unique.
Where did that all come from?
So it actually was something that here at Home Church at Bethel that his dad was sharing on, and the phrase just kind of kept coming up, like, we must respond. And it really comes from the heart of, with who God is and all that he's done for us, how could we not respond to give him our worship, to give him our day, to give him our adoration, to give him praise, and not let a day go by. Oftentimes, even for us, a day can easily go by if you let it, even if you're surrounded by church and things, and without you just taking that moment to just thank God and to give him praise and to give him glory. And even for Christians, oftentimes that's saved for a Sunday versus it being a daily response. And so it's kind of like that charge, I think, to all of us, to keep that on our heart and our mind, to give God daily what he is due. And it really just came from that phrase, just we couldn't let it go. And so we must respond is what it is.
Brilliant.
It's beautiful.
Love that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's interesting because you said that there's 17 new songs, and even the first time listening through, it's like it felt so familiar and almost like, oh, I know this song. And I think that all the hard work going into writing it and everything, all the different parts and pieces, like it comes through where it feels like, oh, this is a song I've known my whole life. But,
that's awesome.
But I've never heard it before, and I feel like listening to every song, I feel that, and you feel the intentionality and what you're saying, putting 3 years into it and hard work into it, like you feel that, and it does feel so familiar.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's the dream.
Are you guys touring it? What's next? What's going on? People are listening to this in March. So what's on the horizon? What's going on with the Bethel world with y'all?
So we, it's funny because the album came out January 10th and it's just been going wild, which is fun. And then we actually had the release party for that on, right after it came out, and then went right into a retreat for our team and a 3-day songwriting retreat, kind of for, what's next and what we're feeling. So a lot of our artists have projects that they're working on. Paul and Hannah McClure are working on a project, which is going to be amazing. Everyone's working on their own thing. Actually, I'm working on my first ever solo project.
So oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
So, and it's gonna be full of surprises. People aren't ready. I've got a country love song to my husband on it. I've got a song with Abby Gamboa about how obsessed we are with our kids and our husbands.
So is it going to be more pop, or what? What's the record going to be?
So you got some worship stuff on it too. It'll be kind of.
It's going to be literally every aspect of me, and it's fun to do a project for the first time, 25 years later, doing this because you can do whatever you want. And so it's really an expression kind of all the different aspects of my life: worship, my marriage, my kids, hardship. I have a song on the album called Mad at God. Yes, and it's a song about when we go through things in life that we can't explain and don't understand. Wow. Even though it's not his fault, maybe we're just mad at God. And it kind of is this third person singing to...
Oh, it's real.
Yeah, and it's giving Billie Eilish. It's very cool and vibey. So,
Jen,
very excited
amazing.
About.
This is so exciting.
Yeah. So
when is that going to come out?
I haven't talked about it a lot publicly.
Oh yeah. When is that?
We don't have a release date for it. The songs are there, and we're just kind of moving toward production and producers and all of that stuff. So I'm excited.
People can't pre-save it or anything like that yet, or whatever.
Not yet. No.
You just have to be excited.
I did.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I texted you guys. You guys were my top on Spotify, and I got to see your video on my Spotify Wrapped this year. Did I text you guys the video?
Cute.
It was you guys in the studio. It was very nice.
In red, yeah.
Oh, we were talking?
Yeah, like if it's, I don't think they've ever done it before.
And I started to sing a Christmas Carol and then did stop.
That's right. That's right.
Video. Yeah.
I liked it. I was like, oh, it was like, oh, here's your favorite artist, and here's a personal message from them just for you. I was like, look at me go.
That's awesome.
It's cute. Yeah, it is cute.
Yeah, they have you do those, and you just sit there forever and you do the same thing, but then you say Pandora, and then the next one is like,
no, stop. I like to think that video was just for me.
It was. It was a personal only for you.
For Levi Lusko.
That's amazing.
We can send you more if you want.
Yes, just let me live in my little state called delusion. Well, Jen, we'll look forward to that.
Oh my gosh, we are looking forward to that.
That'll just be under Jenn Johnson for those who want to listen for it at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. So our team wrote probably 50 songs during that writing retreat. So now it'll just be putting those into the circulation of all the places that they'll go. So our team feels amazing. We just had a retreat with them in Nashville all together. And they're just beautiful, honestly. Like, I'm so proud of our team. They are obviously clearly gifted, but they're just the most genuine, humble, beautiful, authority-filled people. And it's just a joy to be a part of this, much less lead it. So, we're excited. We're excited and hopeful and, just doing all the same things. I feel like, we were talking about just how God had been highlighting the don't come off the wall, and Nehemiah, how he doesn't have time to come down because he's doing a great thing and he's building the wall. And for us, one of our kind of emotional journeys right now is, what do we need to do the things that God's called us to and not get taken away from it, from stuff that we just don't need to be involved in or deal with, or even emotional baggage. So we feel clear and focused. And I think the health and exercise and diet definitely attribute to that. But
amazing.
Absolutely. You're just healthy in all the ways. And God's allowing you to see even more clearly what he's called you to, and you're living it. You're living the abundant life that God's called you to live.
I was going to ask, when you're in the gym, what are you guys doing? Are you guys cardio, weights? What do you guys have? Both? You can each answer, of course.
You go first.
Me go first?
Yeah,
okay. So my best friend and I work out 5 to 6 days a week. Sometimes 7, but normally just 5 to 6. And 2 of those days we do weight training and cardio. And then the other 3 days we just do like an hour-long walk. That's what I do. What do you do?
That's great.
I do an hour of weights 5-6 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
With my guy.
Don't believe in the cardio? Just that.
No. I do cardio some, but we do a lot of the weights that we do. It's like, not a lot of rest. So it's pretty much
your heart's
cardio
up.
That. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we live on a farm.
We don't like do a set and then wait minutes and minutes. It's pretty intense.
Yeah.
And we're really active. Like we walk a lot.
Yeah, we walk. We're
outside working.
We got those little.
We have 100 kids.
All over the place.
Running around.
And you're out hunting and woodsing and on the
woodsing.
A
lot of woodsing happening.
Woodsing, man. That's my thing.
We've got something on constantly. We love it. We live in active. Like tonight, our house here tonight will be filled with like 100 of our worship team. They come over once a month, and so this room will turn into quite the party tonight.
Just hanging out and talking, or is it like any kind of
team
agenda tonight?
No, there's like a little speak, and then worship, and then hang out, and
we eat together the first hour and pray for each other. Celebrating people coming on the team or people moving or kind of whatever is the night needs to hold. But
And do you
we've been doing
guys
it forever.
speak or lead the music, or is it all someone else, or do you guys do any of it?
Every teammate is different. Who speaks, who leads. Tonight, we're actually leading worship.
Yeah, tonight we're leading. We haven't done this in 2 years.
Yeah, we have singly, but not together. So, and then one of our friends that's on staff at church will speak tonight. So it's just different every single time. Sometimes we just have family days and invite the people and their kids to come. We have like a big barbecue and a party, but it's really fun. We've done it for
you guys entertain and host, and your hospitality level is like off the charts.
Off the charts.
My question is, has this always been something that you have loved, or even for both of you, like with different personalities? Like, has this been something that you had to kind of grow in and like, okay, this is
and was it taught to you, or did you forge it? Are your parents this way, or did you guys like figure this path out yourselves?
No, I think we did it. We in Jen has probably more capacity for more people, even though I'm fine in big groups. But I think we both just kind of always had the dream to do it, and then we built everything what we build or a part of in our properties or whatever. We try to build it for that, So it's very, very much like intentional. Yeah, because it's just what we do. I feel like we do that. That's like our main thing more than anything. Probably is gathering,
attracting.
Yeah. So even in my other life, which is in a bunch of other things, like business we world. Use everything we built to host that world too. So it's kind of it's what we do. It feels like what we're called. Kind of like called to.
It's who you are. It's beautiful. And seeing like as you lead the people that you lead, like you just feel that and experience that, and it's like snowballing into everything that you do. And I don't know if I told you this the last time we talked with you, Jen, but when I was there with you at your house, I was just...
It was the super spreader event you hosted.
The COVID
super pandemic
Harper.
I think COVID went all around the world after that.
Lisa Harper.
Yeah, that's what I heard. She's like, I'm not sick. I took a test.
Well, that's the thing with faith, right? I'm believing I'm not sick.
How do you know? Like, we all didn't know.
But it was wonderful. And I was...
She was dripping on people.
I was inspired in all the ways. But I would say... one of the actual life-changing things for me was the time of prayer that you guys had. One of your staff, I just stood up because I think you, Jen, had asked, like, does anyone need physical healing in this room? And I had never really like experienced anything like that.
She didn't know the Lord yet.
Stop!
We're all on a journey.
We're on a journey.
It is what it is.
No, but so I stood up because I was dealing with some stuff and kind of frustrated because I wasn't experiencing like breakthrough or healing or anything. And some of your team just came around me and started praying for me. And it wasn't like I got healed in that moment, but it was the beginning of a healing journey for me, and of even just taking the initiative. And some of your girls were like, hey, have you heard of this? And it was literally like an open door to, first of all, learning and being aware of my body, what's happening with my hormones and everything. And that I can point back to that moment of the beginning of a healing journey for me. And
awesome.
And what's so beautiful is that you have led your people to have, like you said, to have the authority of Christ to step in, and just the boldness and confidence and tenderness and tenderness to the Holy Spirit. And so all that to say, I just thank you for leading the way that you do. And it seems like such a simple thing of, oh, this is just who we are, but it is life-changing, and you're changing people's lives so that other people can experience God's love and his healing and his power and his strength. And I'm just personally so grateful for that moment, but also just the ripple effects of that in the kingdom of God.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. It's been cool. Like you said, I think it's one of the biggest things of our life, probably music and this tide, but just to create a space, which we have here with our property in California. And then we're also building something similar, plans for in Nashville as well, just to expand kind of that locationally. But it's just, we feel like the vision that God gave us, which was nothing short of that, he gave us the vision to build this place. And it wasn't so we'd have a big house that we could, whatever. Yeah. It was to facilitate these gatherings of people. And it's been really unique. We've kind of done, you never know who's going to be at our house. It could be like the city leaders, or it could be like a church team, or it could be like a women's gathering, or a singles mixer, or Brian's business guys are all out in our barn,
Love it.
You just kind of never know, but it always in some sweet way feels very God ordained and God connected. And then just our community is able to kind of have a home here as well. And so, we do feel like that even in our future that we're supposed to have a retreat center and even expand that where people can come get away.
It's called a resort.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Whatever.
Yeah, there you go. We'll figure it out later. Yeah.
I mean, it'll be what it is. We've got big plans. So
it's called a resort.
You wait.
It's called a resort. We're writing it.
A resort sound
now. Yeah, it does sound good.
With little logos.
But retreat center sounds more humble,
Well, it also,
it'll be what it is. No one will have to call it anything. It'll just be.
Just come over, guys.
Yeah.
Well,
but we do. It's going to be fun to do that in the future. So we got a lot of wild plans.
Well, the record is We Must Respond. I got to encourage everyone to get it.
Everybody.
If you get the deluxe version, like I did, there's videos as well. So it turns out to be like 36 tracks, which is awesome. A lot, but not a note too much, because it's wonderful. And just what I like too is some records you can't put on repeat in background music and just let it be there because it can be too dominant and forward monopolizing. Whereas I feel like there is so much breathing room and so much spaciousness. And I mean, there's a lot of long tracks and a lot of musical moments and interludes. And so it really is just wonderful. So can't encourage you enough to get it. And then of course, we'll all be looking out for Jenn Johnson's solo record coming out.
Yeah, we will.
And you guys, this was so much fun. I'm glad, Brian, hopefully your taste of podcasts wasn't too bad.
Yeah, man. I feel like I did a good job.
You did.
I do feel like you did a good job. I feel like I did a good job. Well, thank you for your time, you guys. He gave himself a good
We
attitude
love
there.
you.
Yeah.
You're so special. We're so thankful for you guys, your steadfastness.
We'll come out when we coming out.
Yeah.
Summer.
We'll look forward to summer, not
we will
spring.
do a Lusko Johnson extraordinaire.
Extravaganza.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we can't wait. It won't come.
I'll cold punch with you.
But it'll be at a resort. It won't be at a retreat.
No camping.
Brian will cold punch with me. Jen will pray about it.
Jen will be in the spa.
I'll totally
or in a good
do it.
restaurant.
Well, you can sit in the hot tub, Jen. The hot tub's right next to the cold punch.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then if the spirit moves,
yes,
you
Lord,
can venture on in. All right, you guys. Well, thank you.
We love you.
Thank you. We love you guys.
Talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to swing by levilusko.com and jennielusko.com to see what's going on in our world.
And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. And in the meantime, we would love to connect with you on social media.
Jennie and Levi Lusko out.
Access more